RQ can do with this composition is going to be disgusting, right? Despite them having Purifies, it won't really matter. Mortal Coil as well. They might have to take away maybe something like a Kufra. These are going to be massive setters.
Light me up and
X-Spark, obviously one of the SMG special. They utilized it also yesterday, and they're making sure that they're all covered.
Okay.
Faramis.
Okay.
I'm going to make, well, this might be dangerous here. They could go for Charizla and then throw Arlib to Louise, and therefore the EXP, they've got nothing left, right?
Yeah.
They've already taken out the X-Borg as well as the Benedetta. This is going to force, it's going to force SMG to go, not even just Lapu, even the Khalid as well. And then it's just a full early game comp.
I wonder if RQ can play something like a Kadira. So I don't know if they play that kind of hero. Otherwise, it will be just Gord or Navaria as their pick. Now, I do want to agree with you, Gideon. There's also that benefit that if they keep their X-Blade last, it should
That's
be...
a signature.
But it is a signature. So what I'm trying to say is that if they pick up the mid laner for 4th pick, at least they keep the flexibility for the Arlott. But they want to remain honest this time. They're just going to be picking up the Cho.
I love an honest draft, and more so this time around when we looked over to Luis, the last time we picked the Cho, he was looking at Cabral, was like, this is my time, this is me, give me the Cho. This time around, you can definitely see that he's a little more nervous about this one because there's a lot of ways that things could go wrong for him.
I think Uranus could be a good
that's a good pick.
No,
and the Charizla.
Okay.
These are some solid responses. These are some good answers to RQ Akira. Whatever they have right now, it's got to be a big pick. It's a Gord. This is not the most 50-50.
This one is tough. This one is tough here. I don't know which side you're leaning towards, Wolf, but give me your thoughts on this one now that we've seen the full compositions.
Like I said, I like the Gord. I think that it should have been the ban. That or the Novaria should have been the ban instead of the Faramis. But what I don't like is like they went in for the Cho plus the Brody and the Arlott. It's very skill-based in a way that they might lose their steam again, especially because they're rocking the Brody. You understand the way of the Dragon into the damage up of the Brody. That's gonna work a lot. But because of the Kufra last pick, together with this Charizla, the Team SMG lineup looked to be a very rigid and very strong, intact lineup that RQ might not be able to overcome eventually. However, you're gonna have to be I'm very afraid of this combo, Gord plus the Brody. That's a pretty strong front to back.
It's going to be nasty. It's going to get real dirty here. The early game leaning more towards Team SMG. But as soon as that engage comes out, RRQ, the Kingdom, skill-based matchups, sticking to their bannered flags as they walk into game number 3 to make sure their heads stay above the water. Team SMG going to be playing on the blue side up against RRQ Akira on the red side for their final match 1-1.
And in this game number 3, we're seeing SMG leaning towards that chaotic style. We can do it too if we want to, and we'll see if they can prevail with this style. RQ, you spoke about chaotic. They want to go in very early, spot smooth, just chunks him a bit.
I'm already mad as an EXP laner. It's like, come on, it hasn't been a minute yet.
Chill out, bro.
That's a benefit of having the Cho in the mid lane because it clears the waves so fast, and they might even give Louise access to level 4 as it happens, or not, maybe. But typically that happens with like Gord. They kind of switch and they put the roamer in the mid lane to get the way of the dragon.
It could be dangerous here. I mean, it is a very good idea to get Louise to level 4. It just makes that, like, it really just helps stall Team SMG's early game. And, Takashi losing out on his flicker. As soon as he hits level 4 in this early turtle fight, it might be punishable.
Use the Mortal Coil, and the freeze will be broken. That's initially what started it all, but now with it's going to turn around to Takashi. He can be the one who freezes it now.
That's going to be so annoying.
That is honestly annoying, and if you are smooth, you're gonna be very angry.
No, not the wave.
He's the Mortal literally on the. He worked hard for that.
But it's okay. He finds another. Hey, he'll take that for sure. Takashi's like, all right, if we can't get that kill, we'll just utilize this. Stormy's like, no, I will not let you do it. I'll clear it out. No freeze.
If I was in Smooth's position, that's where you start the recalls immediately.
both 1 HP.
Oh,
Goes just looking for one last hit.
Luis.
Luis has a flicker and flickers forward. Sasa goes for the Purify, but it's not going to be enough. A trade on the other side of the map. Oh, Takashi brings Smooth back. That's a flicker burnt as well. Team SMG, they got the small lead with a turtle take.
Dude, this is one of the few games where the side laners are just... It's so obnoxious. Every little thing to annoy a laner is coming out right now.
Even here, Miko's like, no, I'm going to freeze it. I'm going to freeze it. What you going to do?
Oh my god.
Oh
The mechanics have evolved so much. This is probably the most sweaty laning stage that we've ever seen across all lanes.
That's so true. And the mid lane is like unintended for the most part.
Yeah.
It comes together. Okay, we clear it out. Let's go annoy the side laners again. But if you look at the goal earned so far, Saksa with a little bit of a lead. It looks like he was able to win out on a couple of the smaller POIs on the map, like the Little Wanderer, for example. Let's see. Miko not exactly able to get in on the fights just yet, but this is where we start to expect once level 4 onwards that teams are going to be playing towards their identities, more importantly, their win conditions.
We'll see how RQ will be tackling
Again?
Oh, okay.
Oh, boss! I'm done with it!
Man.
If we're gonna freeze my lane, I'm gonna freeze the game!
Man, you're right. It's the sweatiest. It's the sweatiest laning phase ever. The fact that even Sasa, right, when his freeze was broken, he was like, no, I'm going to take the lane as slow as possible, get as much damage on the gold crab before this lane goes towards your side, so I get the advantage. Man.
Dude,
It's a lot of science behind it.
It is. There's a
Physics.
lot of good moments here, like good small mechanical moments that will build up. These are small wins that the pro players utilize to get the game.
yeah, and again, we don't get to see these types of things in the laning phase very often because usually it's big macro movements across the map. And it's great that me and Mirko are on the table. One playing very much in the gold lane, me very much in the EXP lane, and we're both getting triggered at what's going on. You broke my freeze, now the jump of time is Luis still on that top side.
The slowest push it. They don't want to push. They want to utilize every inch. Oh, Smooth's like, all right, I've had it. I want to set up for the turtle.
Yeah, Turtle's coming up in about 6 seconds, so it's a good time for him to actually get this push on. He does have a bit of an EXP lead on Takashi. Now, do we see an immediate invade from the side of Team SMG, or are they going to take their time?
Oh, that was pretty good. Miko, though, pops the bouncing ball, denying a pick-off from Luis. That's a penalty zone. That's a 2. A Tyrant's Revenge and the Rage. The Mystic Gush does nothing here. King is going to be decimated, but not just yet. He actually walks out with the help of Takashi's disengage with the help of the Poissons. Now it's Takashi with a few vengeance resets. Miko trying to look for a pick-off on the Seiken. Unable to find it, but will be able to bait out the flicker. Takashi, no way you steal this, buddy.
Yo, this Takashi guy is something else. Like, he's actually crossing over the members of Team SMG, just outplaying them. Unfortunately, though, the jump coming out from Smooth was perfect. Catches 2 important members of RQ Akira, takes out 1, and prevents King from snowballing. At this point, the Martis having 2-0, 5 minutes in, and then getting 2 turtles as well. It's going to be a very happy Martis for sure.
Yeah, side quest complete. The real question is whether or not he gets bold.
Oh!
That's a 2-man knockup and a 2-man stun pinned down onto the wall. King, whoa, able to dish out some damage back with the help of Gusta's torn apart memory. Some good zoning too from Sagan there with a Mystic Gush. Takashi in the mid lane, penalty zone. King is caught in his zone and he will fall decimated by Saksa.
Now, I mean, considering everything, it is going as planned, right? This is a pretty standard game for early game compositions, right? Even though we do see that RQ Akira's, the overall strategy is looking for the counter engage, right? Oh, you go in for the big Kufra. Oh, don't worry, Gord's got me with the Mystic Projectile into the Mystic Gush to kind of deter Team SMG.
I particularly like about Team SMG that I mentioned in the draft is how rigid their composition is. If they form a box, if they get 4 members in, it's very difficult for RQ Akira to actually get in, despite them having the Arlet as well as the Baksha, just because of the fact that there's a lot of anti-CC, there's a lot of reset, and you also have that factor of the flicker penalty zone that will always turn things around. And then if you think about like the squishy members, like Stormy, for example, does have the black shoes, so he's gonna be safe after the jump coming up from RQ Akira. He even rocks the Purify, so it's guaranteed that he will be able to reset. And you also have Sasa with the Purify as well. I think it's overall like a an easy box to form for Team SMG.
By the way, it's a wilderness blessing again for Takashi.
Of course.
Of course. But I mean, he's never going to be able to out-push Smooth. That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
what thrills the matchup, right? You're always going to be a little bit later. So he's playing keep up rather than trying to take the initiative. Now, I think that the major differences between the two teams is really going to be the resources of battle spells, right? For either side.
Takashi McQueen.
He's fast.
He's fast.
He's speed.
Ka-chow.
Let's see if he can distract Saksa with that Ka-chow. Doesn't seem like it is going to happen. Saksa just picks that up for free. Turtle number 3. All 3 turtles going to SMG.
Wait a second. How did the top turret actually break over? What exactly happened over there?
Brody.
Brody. Ah, darn it. Darn it.
The turret eater. The turret eater.
That turret eater.
Eats turrets.
What do you have for breakfast? Turrets, brother.
Tier 1s. Dinner. Base turret.
It's just the Liver King, except he eats turrets. You need more testosterone, eat turrets.
The good thing about this is even when Akira is struggling when it comes to the overall economy, Gusta Lagusta is at par with the Bruno, which is generally good for the early game. So I think that they have to use this. I think they have to work around the Brody and utilize this early spike. So what they're gonna do is to push bottom lane. It's gonna be a good choice.
Forced to use the Poissons almost instantaneously. A
Whoa.
good flicker out from Sagan, but a good initiation from Miko. That's worth it for sure. Takashi, final slash on a 2. Doesn't quite sweep them into the right direction, and Takashi's gonna be caught instead. Saksa in the back. He's actually brought back all the way, looking for one last hit. That passive gets him out so quick on top of the killing spree. He's fast. He's faster than Takashi.
Well,
It's too quick. And I mean, the trades are going into the favor of Team SMG, and this is what I was waiting for, right? Oh, Miko.
Oh! Miko with a tire
Whoa.
space flicker that actually might be able to play a good part. Sasa with a Purify. Oh! He's looking for one last hit. Gusta gets out, and now it's actually Sasa who falls in that bottom side river. Akira.
Whoa!
They can play to look for more fights. Smooth gonna be stunned up, and the Mystic Gush will tear him apart with the help of Louise kicking him, forcing him a DPZ. Takashi benches one more time. Final slash on a Stormy, who doesn't have the black shoes. He will fall to Takashi. And Akira, this is proper setup for the next neutral objective.
All right, it's time to point fingers. Who made the mistake there, right? What exactly happened?
What was the call?
What was the call?
Oh, the callers go in this time off to the jungler. Saksa, you have anti-CC, but it's not anti-damage. Sagan melts you down, takes a shutdown. The goal lead, everything that has led up to this moment disappeared.
what happened? It was just a Miko, you know. He was trying to get out, but then he went for the play
Wait,
of
Smooth
Frame?
jumped out to Luis?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh
no.
I don't know.
It's
I mean, right now, the best way that I can explain it is that after the tech issue, it looks like RRQ Akira now not playing on like 5 MS. The
Yeah.
ping is all good, and now they're back in shape.
Maybe. By the way, yeah, so what happened was, we were talking about the fact that Gusta Lagusta's farm is at least at par with the Bruno. That means that naturally at 8 minutes, the Brody is actually pretty strong, right? Because it's the natural timing of the Brody. You saw how he survived against the fadeaway play coming out from Miko, or the, you know, the fade, yeah, literally the fadeaway Kufra ultimate that he did, and then eventually punished Sasa of all people by surviving with a sliver of health. That gave them enough momentum to kind of bring back the game to their favor. And the thing is, they flourish in this kind of situation. The mid game is RRQ Akira's playing field.
Oh, Smooth, this is so far out. Penalty zone, just instantly. Louise is able to walk out of that one, but it's a good defense. SMG rotates all their members up top to keep that tier 2 from being eaten by the Turret Eater. This time for lunch, it's about to be 12 minutes.
His diet is looking really good right now. He's even got river crabs in that diet as well. Matured river crabs, as a matter of fact. But at this time, and when we're looking at the damage dealt, Dormy and Smooth are doing a pretty good job. But Sagan and Gusta Lagusta are catching up so very quickly, and especially when they're comboing together with a strong heal and CC from Takashi, Louise, as well as King. This is starting to become quite a problem, right? Both sides unable to get a decent lead thus far. It's 4-4, barely a goal lead for the side of RRQ Akira.
Even if they have the Brody, I think I would put RQ Akira to the point where they have the better late game. Like, but a
Really?
slim margin. It's mainly because of Tekashi and the Gord, I guess. But mostly because it's the Brody is like it's a very interesting hero because he's technically weak at the late game, but he find enough amount of stacks. He does his job in the late game anyways. It's not like he's descaling.
Okay, Nico's getting chunked. Sasa, oh my goodness, what happened there?
What was that? No Purify?
Didn't get
Has
to
it?
use it, but yeah, I believe he feels even if he uses it, he will die to the Vengeance there, but I would say it's just more of a weird position than,
agree.
than not using the Purify.
I
You know?
agree.
King wants to just capitalize, shield unity to the front, and you can see Saxa's all the way on the other side of the map. This should be a free invade onto the orange buff. Luis is zoning Saxa away. If he wants to get this, he might have to commit the retreat. No, he doesn't. Just walks in with a Mortal Coil. An absolute Chad.
Wow.
Raw confidence. I'm liking it, right?
Yeah.
I think that in situations like this, especially for the side of Team SMG, if Sasa knows that he's going to die, you might as well not use your battle spells. But it doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't have been there in the first place, right? But at the very least, he's going to be up for this upcoming Lord fight, and that's the most important one of this game, right?
And he's also level 15, one level ahead of King.
Exactly. So they really got to maximize the time.
Intense. It's gonna be one of the most important ones because this means that RQ Akira will really stay true to their power spike, and Team SMG, if they take this Lord, they're gonna bring back the favor to their side.
Whoa. Takashi just going in there, trying to zone Stormy. He gets a good chunk of damage. This will help. If you continue to poke the Lilia and he pops that Black Shoes early in the fight, that's it. Lilia loses a lot of power.
But they're going to be patient with this, right? They've got to Lord Dance this as best as they can. They've got a set wave on that top side. I'm not sure whether it's set properly, but they're going to reset this, and now it's back to housekeeping. I think that especially for the side of Team SMG, they really need the waves to be working in their favor to be able to sit on this Lord for this long.
So intense.
Luis looking for an angle. Stormy gets caught in the stun. The Mystic Gush actually takes Smooth so low. DPC. Takashi gets rid of Stormy. Doesn't even let him use the Black Shoes. It's an all-out fight, and it's a fight that RRQ are winning hard. Sasa in the back, getting knocked out, kicked in the face by Luis on the Cho.
Oh my goodness, again Tekashi being a big problem for Team SMG. It's not about killing someone from the backlines, it's just about taking away the members of Team SMG from Miko. And Miko, when he went for the jump, there wasn't any follow-up. He caught 3 members of RQ Akira. But then again, Sagan just going for the heads-up play, activating the ultimate onto Smooth, and Smooth didn't have vision on where the RQ Akira members are, so he didn't know where to jump, even after having the flicker. And he took so much damage despite having the Radiant Armor. That's crazy. Because of the glaive and the wand from Sagan.
It's so much damage on top of the fact that his passive eventually, once he's taken enough damage from this Gord, eventually turns into true damage, right? So it's like, there's so little that you can do against it. It feels like Team SMG just weren't on the same page about what they should have been doing in that type of situation. Even though, based off of like the past 2 games, they kind of have a rough idea.
I mean, at this point, the fact that you don't even really need to rely on the passive to deal true damage, right? You have a Divine Claim and a Glowing Wand. You technically already deal sort of true damage.
Yep.
Oh, it's painful. Let's see whether they can actually get some inhibitors here from the side of Arg. Oh, I see what you mean now.
Yep. That's only the stun part. That's not supposed to be the damage part. Saxa's just walking up, clears out the Lord. A good defense, despite the fact that RQ Akira still have another wave. Let's see how they deal with this one. Miko charging in the back, looking for a big play, a miracle play to turn the tides. Gusta's walking up, that's the penalty zone, but it's only connecting onto the frontliners. Jordan Part Memory taking Smooth low. Sagan flickers out of the Timer's Revenge. He predicted that one. He saw the charge, and he gets out.
He was not distracted with the particle effects that were going on there, man. He's still honed in on this game.
Now he's overtaken Stormy and damage dealt. King, aggressive move.
Walks up Luis, Way the Dragon, bringing Smooth back to the team. A final smash sweeps them in as well. Smooth still able to survive for now. Takashi in the back, going with the Vengeance, sustaining. Gets a 3-man stun. Sasa forced back with a Purify. That's a good Tyrant's Rage with a flicker, but there's no follow-up. Luis all the way in the back, under the base turret, getting decimated now. RQ, low HP. King going to go 1v1 against Stormy. Gusta still putting the stacks on the Saksa, doesn't want to commit the torn apart memory just yet. Stormy uses the Purify here. RRQ, they want to go for it still. Ooh, good Mortal Coil on that one. Sasa gets taken low. Smooth buys the Immortality and is able to sustain enough. Turret Eater Gusta going for dinner, but now gets caught and punished again. Deja vu to game number 1.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Really, what was that from Gusta Lagusta? And you gotta have to
hungry,
hand
man.
He's hungry. That's true. You gotta have to hand it to Team SMG though. They survived that. Miko, although there wasn't any follow-up, it was enough to kind of block off RQ Akira trying to go for Sasa because Sasa was positioning was actually compromised in that part. So even after Miko went in for the flicker, he caught everyone, but there wasn't any follow-up. It's more of a defensive Tyrant's Rage than it is an offensive one. Sasa survives. They punish Gusta Lagusta in the end. Now the Lord is respawning, and RQ Akira don't have their gold laner.
Seal, oh, good penalty zone to lock Takashi. That's a Tyrant's Revenge as well to lock them down, but Sagan's still going to be free hitting unless now Saksa brings him back. The Decimation finds another. That's 2 on the board for SMG.
Unbelievable if they lose the third Lord again.
It's Deja Vu.
Deja vu again. The Brody from Gusta Lagusta with the, it's also the mid lane turret.
It's happening. It's happening
No way
right now.
it's happening again.
I mean, it could be a repeat of history, but it doesn't mean that RRQ Akira are out of this just yet. Remember, we are in the late stages of the game, 18 minutes as well. We're breaking the 50k mark, and still, it's dead even between these teams with a pretty okay advantage for the side of RRQ Akira with one inhibitor turret taken away from Team SMG on that top side, right? Let's talk about high ground defense right now, because again, I do feel that this is going to be, this is where we're expecting Team SMG to kind of turn the tides in terms of structural damage.
That's true because they have the Bruno. They have enough range. I think the Gord's defense is kind of, it's kind of painful to deal with actually.
But it's a charge. I think either way it should be a free base turret here for SMG. Smooth is able to zone them quite enough. A penalty zone as well going in, but Smooth's the one who takes more damage there. Turn apart memory, taking Smooth low, but not the immortality just yet. SMG rotating over to that bottom lane, looking for another base turret right now, but Akira denies it. They clear the waves quite fast, like you said, with that Gord.
Okay, pretty decent. I mean, they've got the second wave starting to crash on in, but like, I don't know if Team SMG actually want to commit on this. It feels like they're just going to wait for the next upcoming Lord, right? They've got the inhibitor turret in the mid lane. Obviously, not the most ideal one. They probably would have wanted that top side, but at the end of it all, there's no point risking it, right? Team SMG going back to the same old ways.
That's right. At this point, RQ Akira, they're going to be relying on their quote-unquote mechanics, because it's going to be a skills matchup now. You're going to have to land a good final slash. Even the projectiles coming from Sagan will now play a very important role. And for Gusta Lagusta, just make sure you don't quote-unquote throw the game.
Don't walk into
It's
don't walk into the
happened
penalty
once.
zone. Don't do it again.
Yeah, just don't do it again.
Just don't go for last hit on the turret, man.
Yeah, because the torn apart memory is just the finishing touch for their composition, right? You only have to lock down on one person, maybe get 2 to 3 stacks, and then pop your torn apart memory. Let Sagan do the damage, and let Takashi do the damage as well.
I mean, it's a show of force from the side of Team SMG, but I think it comes down to how close the carries stand next to each other, right? The closer they are, there's a very high likelihood that the execution is going to come out from like people like Takashi, people like Miko, or even Smooth in these cases to try and make that happen. But what is going to force them in these types of situations is what I'm curious about, right? What are the habits that we're going to have to take a look at here?
Oh no, where the Dragon Storm still has the Purify, uses it in the end. Now it's going to be King, who's on top of the Mystic. From Sagan across the wall! Finds the damage, it's enough to take him down! And now they've lost their mid laner, Louise with another Jeet Kune Do. They do not want to fight, they want the Lord!
And that was a worth it flicker usage coming up from Sagan. They can control the mid lane, it's gonna be easy clear for them. Watch out, Smooth. Going for the backlines, but he might be too late!
Swept with a final slash, now connecting onto the Mystic Projectile, only onto Miko. Saksa is still alive. Sasa has bought the immortality, but look at how low he is. SMG, a miracle is what they need. Wait, the Dragon, blocking Miko. The rest of the team follows it up. The Mystic Gush dealing true damage. Another final slash from Takashi. They choose to fight. They do not want to contest. They do not want a 50-50. They want 100-0. Sasa knocked up. A penalty zone onto 3. Smooth! Dealing the damage.
Oh my
Saksa,
God.
who goes into the back. A decimation. Gusta with
With
the
the nature.
nature. One big play. One big out.
No way.
Gusta, La Gusta has kited his way to another team fight win. But SMG respawns just in time.
Oh my goodness! This fight is so dead even from either
Oh
side!
my goodness, indeed. Gusta Lagusta surviving with a Wind of Nature usage. And the fact that he went for Electro, for Quantum Charge, I mean, he got out with just literally walking through the river. Then eventually survives RRQ Akira. I thought that they could have gotten already the win because they zoned out Saksa. But I guess because of Miko's flicker out to save himself, and obviously Saksa just keeping his immortality, keeping himself safe. Luis?
1v2.
Okay.
Way the Dragon used up Smooth, no penalty zone, but the rest of the team from SMG, they're utilizing this to
flicker.
go to the Lord. How are they going to deal with this? How will Takashi and King try to contest? It's 2v3. Stormy in the mid lane, clearing it out, now rotating over to the Lord pit. King with the shield unity,
no.
Miko misses, and SMG turned their focus around to King, who has the immortality, but now is going to lose it super fast. King not able to survive. Sasa picks him up. The decimation already by Saksa. This time no immortality. Meanwhile, the Brody still up top, looking for a push. RRQ, they're holding on to it, and they reset it. Oh my goodness.
Diversion plays here across the map, right? You would have expected Smooth to actually get some backup, but no, they had other intentions.
Yeah. RQ Akira, the only way that they can win this is if they go to, if they turn onto hero. Saksa going in for the Twilight Armor. Great tech pick, because that means that you will last a torn apart memory at least. Gonna survive that for sure. Smooth, good angle. This could be massive.
Luis spots him out.
Oh, just got it out.
Dude, the pucker factor in
Man.
this game, I
Man.
can't deal with it.
They have to give it up. 15
They have
seconds.
to give it up. Absolutely have to give it up. Storming with the
Purify.
Purify.
Okay.
Luis needs to get out now. If he falls, this might
Nice
be
dodge.
the game-ending
Gusta
push.
stays.
That's a penalty zone that whiffs Luis. Oh, 1 HP is burning. He's taking conceal. Stormy chases him all the way. Luis still has that Twilight Armor, still able to get out.
I don't know. I haven't seen one of these games so dead even,
Oh
so
my
close
goodness.
together. I'm forgetting that I'm supposed to be doing a job here, but I am just so engaged in this battle. At any moment, any one of these teams, any one of these players could have gone for a big flicker play, right? But again, you're trying to anticipate where is it going to be coming from. And unfortunately, with RRQ Akira, this might be the last stop. They need to hold on. They need a high ground.
Takashi's holding the bottom side. Mystic Gush going to be used up in the mid lane. Winter Truncheon bought by King. Oh!
What?
What was that?
He took it backwards. Why?
Takashi now getting eaten up by the gloom.
Oh,
Stormy
no.
looking for the damage. Takashi's gonna fall! Just like that. That's one member down. They've dealt with the Lord. Saksa in the midst of it all. Walking up. Smooth has a penalty zone. Now
Oh,
to conceal.
Stormy!
Luis forced to flick around and go Winter Truncheon, but a penalty zone from Smooth. This might be it for SMG. They won't make it to knockouts, but they want to pull RRQ to the depths of elimination.
No! After everything, after all they fought for, it just wasn't enough. Team SMG take the series 2-1. Our match winners here. And they are able to hold RRQ Akira down into the elimination zone. Oh my goodness, what a game!